Hello students, in this video I am here to start a new topic of your physics, that is electricity. In this video students, I will introduce you about electricity, what is electricity, from where it is generated, what is the causes of electricity, and what are the various terms that are used in electricity. Then I will tell you about electric current, electric potential differences, electric circuit. What are the measuring instruments that are used in electric circuits? Then Ohm's law, in which I will discuss about graph and mathematical expression related to Ohm's law. So students, let us start telling you about introductory part of electricity. Basically, if you go through electricity, it is actually that branch of physics in which we actually study about the charges. Means study of charges, study of electric charges is done in whatever branch of physics will be said to be electricity. So how will you define electricity? Electricity is the branch of physics in which the study of electric charges are being done. Now the question arises, what is electric charge? If we are saying that the branch of physics in which electric charges are studied, then what are electric charges? So it is actually the property of matter. Electric charge is a property of matter which produces and experiences some type of electric and magnetic effect. Means electric charges are the property of matter that produces or experiences. Means either they used to produce some type of electric effect or they used to experience some type of electric effect. Similarly, either they are helpful in producing magnetic effects or they are helpful in experiencing magnetic effects. This magnetic effects of electric charges, what type of means production and experience they used to show with the help of magnetic effect, we will study in next chapters. But in this chapter we have to just study about the electric effects of this electric charges. So I hope you have understood that electricity is the branch of physics in which we study about electric charges, and electric charge is a fundamental property of matter due to which it produces or experiences some kind of electric effects or magnetic effects. Now, is there any type of electricity? Question arises, is there any type of electricity? Yes, there are actually two types of electricity. First one is static and second one is current. First one is static electricity and second one is current electricity. So, what is static? If we try to understand the meaning of this static word, it means actually rest, and this current actually means about motion. If we are speaking anything related to current, then we are actually talking about the motion, and static means rest. So, when these charges are in rest position, they are that type of in whatever type of electricity, that branch of electricity, that portion of electricity in which we study about electric charges, when they are in rest, at that time we used to say that that type of electricity is static electricity, and when the charges are in motion we used to say it current electricity. In this class, in this chapter, we just have to study about current electricity in detail. So, what now the question arises, what is current electricity? From here only we will find out what is actually current. When the charges are in motion, then that type of electricity is said to be current electricity. What is current or what is electric current? So electric current is a flow of charges. When those charges are in motion, that type of electricity is said to be current electricity. And simply if we take an example of two substances such as insulators and conductors, both are different in nature, both are different in their properties. Insulators are those substances which do not allow flow of charges, or in which charges are in basically rest position. They don't allow current to pass through them. While conductors are those substances in which electrons can easily move and they allow the passage of current easily. So whatever we study about in static electricity will be based on much more on insulators. But in current electricity we will be talking about conductors. These are also known as sometimes metals, because in metals also the electrons are loosely packed. They are free to move from one place to another. So when electric current we are talking about, it is just in any conductor. If charges flow from one point to another point, then that type of flow of charges will be said to be electric current. Now if we are talking about this type of conductor, if I am talking about this type of conductor and I am taking any electron from this point A to this point B, most of the electrons will be moving, because this is actually what? Conductor or any current carrying wire. Electrons are free to move. That's why we say that through a wire current is flowing. Actually at that time charges are moving from one point to another. But sometimes when some amount of work is being done to take any of the electron from this point to, means from one terminal to any other terminal, that is said to be, that work done is then defined as potential difference, means electric potential. That is defined as electric potential. What is electric potential? Electric potential is the amount of work done in taking a unit charge from one end of any conductor to the other end of the conductor. That is said to be electric potential. It is denoted by capital V and it is equivalent to W by Q. Also some of the donation or representation you have to remember. We have discussed about charges. What we have discussed about electric charges. These are denoted by Q. W here is work done. Q is the same charge. Means charges are described with the help of Q. Electric current is described by capital I. This electric potential is described by capital V. One more thing you have to remember, that what is the unit of charge, what is the unit of this electric potential, what is the unit of this work done. When you will be able to know each and every unit, then you will be able to find it out by yourself also. Now if you have understood electric potential, what is electric potential difference? We are talking, some of the electric potential will be at this point A, let us consider it VA. Some of the electric potential will be at point B, let us consider it VB. Then the difference between the potential, electric potential between the terminals A and B will be given as VB minus VA, which will be equivalent to work done upon charge, that is Q. Unit of Q is coulomb. Unit of Q means charge is coulomb, while unit of current is ampere. The unit of current is ampere. Here unit of W is joule, that is denoted by capital J. Unit of charge is coulomb, which is denoted by capital C. So it will be coulomb denoted by capital C, means the unit of potential difference is joule per coulomb. We can write it joule per coulomb. But the SI unit of electric potential is watt. This is equivalent to volt. What we have studied up till now, about the electricity, types of electricity. Then after we have studied about types of electricity, we have gone through the basic electric charges. Charge की unit, we have studied about the unit of charge, that is Q. It is denoted by Q. Its unit is coulomb, that is denoted by capital C. Current, we have studied about the denotion of current is I and its unit is ampere, which is written as capital A. Then we have studied about electric potential. After that, we have studied about electric potential difference. Now when we have understood about I, Q and V, one more thing we can find out with the help of this Q. Actually the coulomb is SI unit of charge. SI unit of charge is coulomb. But if we are talking about flow of charge or flow of number of electrons in any of the, if we are asked to find out the number of electrons flowing in any conductor and we are given the charges, amount of charge if we are given, then how we will find? So we need to know about this relation, that is Q is equal to NE, where N is number of electrons flowing in particular conductor. E is the charge of an electron on one electron, means charge of electron. What is it? It is the negative of, means generally electron and protons are two types of charges. Proton has positive charge and electron has negative charge, but here we will just write, we need to know that electron is negative in nature, but we will write its general value, that is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 90. Since it is electron is charge and the unit of charge is coulomb. So the charge on one electron will be 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So value of E will be 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. And number of electrons, N is number of electrons and Q will be amount of charge, which will be given in the unit coulomb only. So if you are asked to find out the number of electrons, we can use N is equal to Q by E. With the help of this relation, we can find out whatever number of electrons we are asked to find, and it will be unitless because it is the ratio of same types of quantities. Next thing we have to study in this topic is electric circuit. When you have understood about charge, current and voltage, what is electric circuit? So it is just, you have seen in your houses also, you might have seen that from one board we just connect one bulb with the help of wire, where wire behaves as a conductor. Either the wiring is being done outside or it is internal, but anyhow wire is being used to get electricity from, or to get if we want to switch on our fan, how we just connect our fan with the help of wire to the switchboard. Actually this connection is only circuit, but how will you define it? It is a closed path. Electric circuit is a closed path in which various types of electric equipments are set. Generally I am speaking, if I say something like I say this is a simple circuit in which this symbol you have studied in your previous classes denotes the symbol of battery, where it is negative terminal and it is positive terminal. One thing more, you have to remember the direction of electric current. You have studied about electric current, its unit, its denotation, but its direction is always from the positive terminal of a battery to the negative terminal. Conventionally, it moves in opposite direction of the electron. Electron used to move from negative to positive terminal, but current will always move in opposite direction of the electron. If I take this as a closed electric circuit, you have to remember some of the symbols, like bulb is like this type of thing, then switch, if we are, this type of switch is said to be open switch, while if we join this line like this, it is now closed switch. Means when we will on the switch from in our switchboard, it will be like this type of circuit, and in this condition it will be said to be closed circuit, in which with the help of wire, with the help of various types of electric equipments like battery, bulb, switches, LED, small LED bulbs, resistance, you will study resistance, about resistance in this chapter only, conductor, insulator, various types of things. When we join them, then if it will be closed, then only current will be able to move in the circuit, and that's why it is called as closed circuit. So for electric circuit, it is necessary to remain closed if we want to get current, or we want to pass current through it. Measuring instruments. What are measuring instruments? We have written here current, voltage, charge. With the help of what they will be measured? Actually, charge is simple thing, means it is just a property which can be only seen or observed in doing various types of experiments. But current and voltage, they are measured with the help of two instruments, that is ammeter and voltmeter. Voltage is being measured with the help of voltmeter. Ammeter is used to measure current and voltmeter used to measure voltage. One more instrument you will study about rheostat in next video. I will tell you about that instrument. One thing more is here to know, one instrument you might have heard, that is galvanometer. It is also used to measure current, and it is also used to measure, means it is helpful in measuring I and V both, means current also and voltage also. What is the difference between these two instruments and galvanometer? When galvanometer in any circuit will be placed in series with each of the equipment. Now there will be question mark on what is series circuit. There are two types of circuit. First one is series circuit and second one is parallel circuit. I will discuss about these two circuits in next video. If it will be a galvanometer will be arranged in series circuit, it will be measuring current, and if galvanometer will be arranged in parallel circuit, it will be measuring voltage. So whenever galvanometer will be attached to any of the circuit in series manner, in series combination, it will measure current, and when it will be connected in parallel to the circuit, it will be measuring voltage. And unit will be same, that is volt for voltage and ampere for current. Next is Ohm's law. Ohm, he was one physicist who gave one statement that if in any circuit current is flowing, then that current, or if current will be flowed Only when there will be some kind of electric potential, then only current will be able to flow in that circuit. Current flows when, what I have told, current is flow of charge, and charge means when they are moving from one place to another, then only it will be said to be flow. So when charge will be taken from, or charge will be flowing from one end to another end, there will be generated what? Electric potential. Means if voltage electric potential will be generated, then only current will be flowing in the circuit. So whatever current will be flowing, whatever voltage we will apply, or whatever electric potential will be generated in any closed circuit at constant temperature, that voltage is directly proportional to the flow of current. And when we remove this proportionality constant, we used to write Ri. We place one constant term, that is R, and this R is actually known as resistance. This R is actually known as resistance. One more thing he concluded, that this resistance will be inversely proportional, or I will be inversely proportional to R. What is resistance will be discussed later on. What is its unit will be discussed, but in this case we just have to remember that Ohm gave one statement that at any constant temperature, if electric potential is being generated in any conductor, that is directly proportional to the amount of current flowing in that circuit. And when we remove that proportionality constant, we use one constant term, that is resistance, and which is inversely proportional to the current, and the resistance is directly proportional to voltage. So this was given by Ohm. We can also write it V is equal to IR. This is an important relation to solve various numericals. This is an important relation to solve numericals. Even this is also important relation to solve numericals. Now what is the graph? So graph will be on V and I, means y-axis will behave as V, x-axis will behave as I. If we start plotting various values, what we will get, according to Ohm's law, graph should be straight line. Question comes, what type of graph will be drawn with the help of Ohm's law, or Ohm's law satisfy what type of graph? So Ohm's law satisfy straight line type graph. And what are the mathematical expression? This is the mathematical expression in which V is equal to IR, or same we can write I is equal to V by R, or R is equal to V by I. All these relations are helpful in solving numericals. I hope you all have understood these basic things related to your electricity topic. In the next video, I will be coming by telling you about series circuit, parallel circuit, what is resistance, and some other terms, how current depends on the conductor, on what factors does it depend. Each and everything will be told you in the next video. Thank you, students.